social media, community microphone. It's your choice, so add your voice.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
More music festival.
Shane and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fry bake, roast bake, and pies with all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling from 6 p.m. Have dinner on the pavement, a la carte, with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
The big question today, how much will my electricity bill increase? Stop worrying. Act now. Replace your bulbs with energy-efficient LED bulbs now available at Trinity Lighting. When you purchase 4 60-watt LED bulbs for $112.50, you get 2 absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free. Or purchase 3 100-watt LED bulbs for the same price and get 1 100-watt LED bulb free. Trinity also has the following options. Purchase 2 4-foot LED tube or 1 8-foot or 2 LED colored bulbs for the same price, $112.50. At Trinity, we also stock specialty items and a wide range of electrical supplies for all your household, medical, marine, commercial, and much more. Any hard-to-find bulbs or parts, we can source it locally or internationally. Check us out at 123 Western Main Road in St. James or call 628-8373, WhatsApp 461-8620 or email trinityetc@yahoo.com.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life, because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
On Thursday, May 30th, the day of the holiday, get ready to set sail on the ultimate retro experience aboard the party capital of the ocean, the Harbor Master. Pack your coolers and get ready for Retro Rewind. Retro Rewind.
Bottle full of bug, mama, I got what you need. You need to fill a bug.
The ultimate old school musical journey.
Thursday, May 30th, morning of the holiday.
Morning 9 a.m., sailing 10 a.m. Featuring the DJs that know how to keep the vibes unstoppable. Ken Simmons and John Boy.
Dr. Ross, Sensational Sammy,
The Hitman Howie T.
There's no time to waste. It's Thursday, the 30th of May. I'm coming to give you hip-hop and R&B on the Harbor Master.
Retro Rewind.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Hustler, baby. I just want you to know.
Get your $275 tickets at all cashier outlets and islandetickets.com. Get ready for Retro Rewind. Take you on a musical journey through the years. On Thursday, May 30th, the day of the holiday. The ultimate retro experience aboard the Harbor Master.
The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for Salem and Achilles tires. These tires carry a full manufactured warranty and is the #1 tire for comfort and performance in this rainy weather. We have the latest rims in all sizes, all at drastically low prices. We also do blank wheels that could be drilled to your vehicle specification. It's all about new technology and keeping ahead of the game.
So hurry on down to Racetrack Wheels, 3 locations, 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruka, Ventura, 82 Bethany Road, Bucco, Tobago, and 64th Southern Main Road, Chase Village, or call 285-9168.
So, my friend, take it from me and be weather smart this season and change your tires right now at Racetrack Wheels.
The world of reggae. Saturday, June 8th, Queen's Park, Savannah welcomes you to the most premium concert experience of a lifetime. Featuring Shadow Ranks, Barrington Levy, Anthony B, Maxi Priest, John Mason, and more. The all-inclusive VVIP experience with free premium drinks and finger food all night. VVIP all-inclusive ticket starts at $1,400 and it's only available online at Island E-Tickets. For more info, visit Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Keywords World of Reggae. Brought to you by the Ricky Ragunanan Group of Companies and DG Homes.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pleasant good morning to all and sundry.
Everybody, Lennox, you go ahead, man. You go ahead. Pleasant
yes,
good morning,
indeed.
Trinidad and Tobago.
East, West, North, South, Central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web. But you know, I would normally, of course, do it generically, whereas, of course, the specificity is left to both Andy and, of course, Mikey. But that, in terms of actually targeting names and of course, engagements and making people feel, you know, more what I consider to be the ability to interact with us because of the human touch, but I should say increase human touch. But I like to say, of course, once again, pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, in Trinidad, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. Yes, this is the Friday edition, the last day of the week. And don't forget, of course, the next week we are looking, yes, we are looking fervently, we are looking with anticipation of course, community microphone number 2. Of course, that will be disclosed to you in details. Michael Kerr is the man responsible for that, so I don't want to preempt or in any way infringe the very, what I consider to be orchestrated and very, what I consider to be division of labor oriented experiences and interactions that we would have had. That being as it may, of course, Santa Cruz, a man shot dead. What's new? Fire service response to claims over Freeport blaze, Tagarigua bush fire. Well, of course, in this particular instance, they are claiming that they have been unfairly criticized for either being tardy or being inefficient. Of course, we will. I'm sure that some of you would have been attracted to that particular article, and you would have your information ready to, of course, share with us. PM on dead babies at a neonatal unit. Let's get the facts first. Well, nothing different. It is stereotypical of this man. He is totally disconnected and having human feelings and so on, and therefore he will engage in what I consider to be a dishonest academic evaluation. Sounds more like an accountant who see people as numbers, and so that, of course, 2 minus 1 leave 1 kind of thing, and without understanding that it's people we are dealing with and human feelings and all the other emotions that set us apart from maybe any other animal, or maybe endowed with, of course, that divine, what I consider to be qualities. But that being as it may, PM cautiously notes interested party for a Petrotrin refinery. Well, nothing again new there. There was always the optimism by verbalization, and then, of course, at the end of the day, it turns out to be a faux pas and complete and total failure. And that is what this administration seemed to be
seem to have perfected over the last 9 years or so far. They tell you one thing, they raise your optimism, and they believe that could take them to the next probably major event. And when, of course, the manifestation of that which they told us some time ago does not materialize, they then of course go on to a new one and pretend that the last one did not exist, of course. And we have so many examples of that it is phenomenal that in a democracy such a government is still in office. But that being as it may, we know that it is a lame duck administration. We know that the government is on its last leg, so to speak, and of course attempting to politically survive. And we hear that resonating in the multiple interjections of those terminologies whilst he was at his press conference yesterday, a very elaborate one indeed, giving the impression that he has been, of course, upfront with the population, as he would normally illusionarily pretend so to be, and of course in his own world, while of course the media, I see for the first time, making a mockery of him, laughing and so on when he now responds to questions asked that are really not a response, and therefore they simply engage in a maybe a comedy period, when of course the Prime Minister would not respond to something, but of course will give some kind of lame duck excuse. And I've seen laughter, and that is good, because of course the Rowley administration has now morphed into what is called nuisance value. As far as the people is concerned, it's just a matter of time. While he pretends that the elections will not be and is not pending, because the way how he speaks, he's off, of course, to Ghana, he's off, of course, to India, etc. Once again, in spite, of course, of the concerns of the people, he continues, of course, to defiantly say that somehow he is the best salesman for Trinidad and Tobago, and therefore to buy boats, he see that as an accomplishment, to of course go to Texas, and then as a result of his intervention, the Point leases has been reduced by some 11 companies, because the gas prices that was negotiated were simply uneconomical for these companies to continue, and therefore they left, and therefore with valuable, of course, potential foreign exchange. But he continues, of course, to revel in his illusion, in his deception, totally fantasizing. And one can consider Dr. Rowley at this stage to be a man who has a serious bout of what is called manic depressive illusion or psychosis. Yes, manic depressive psychosis. It seems as though the man has totally lost track of reality. I suppose that those who are around him are conscious of that as well, but 30 pieces of silver are what would it gain a man to, what would it satisfy a man to gain the world and lose his soul? I suppose that they will have to talk to their conscience and to their spiritual one, that single one, when the time comes. So Rowley, my travels benefited Trinidad and Tobago, not indifferent to what he has said before, in the face of all of the public disquiet and concerns about the numerous travels that he would have been engaged in. And in fact, I noticed even at his press conference, attempting to defend his travels, he has not, of course, criticized the frequency. He has stopped criticizing. You would notice the frequency of Kamala Persad-Bissess's when she was Prime Minister, because he knows for a fact that it will be absurd, if not totally, not just delusionary, but asinine, to, of course, say that she traveled more than him. So what he is saying now is that, of course, he cherry picks one or two, as we saw in the press conference. He said that one travel doesn't cost more than $2 million, and of course another one to India that costs, of course, some, according to him, between $10 and $12 million, and nobody saw it fit to criticize. Well, Dr. Rowley, I want to know, it appears that you are suffering now from an acute case of amnesia, because you were the ones who, of course, brought up the issue of not only the frequent flying of Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, but of course the cost involved. And the 19 instances that was referenced by Munilal of him traveling and costing $10 million. Remember, that was for a specific period. They did not encompass the entire period from 2015 to current time. But of course, he would try to capitalize on that shortfall and project to the population that is all the travel and that's all the cost. Only $10 million in travel. This man is totally despicable and totally unfit and dishonest to be, of course, in the office of Prime Minister. The man is simply obnoxious. Attorneys asked about a baby transferred to Port of Spain General Hospital NICU, the neonatal, of course, unit, before 11 deaths. Yes, there is a new development taking place there, just in case you didn't read it. And that is that before all of the instances of deaths as a consequence of what is called hospital bacterial or hospital microbes affecting and causing the deaths of these premature babies, there was one that was in fact transferred. And from the information that I have gleaned from the reports, ought to have been, of course, similarly affected as the 11 so far that we know of who had died. But it appears that this person has a special connection, and therefore all precautions were made or taken to avoid this particular baby, the special baby, from dying. So that's a very troubling development, where, of course, even in the health system, you have, of course, people being selective, eclectic, discriminated against, and people literally determining who must live and who must die. So if, of course, you are insignificant as far as the system, those in the system are concerned, the likelihood that you will fall victim is real. But if you are significant, if you are recognized, then the opposite appears to be the case. THA blocks Sport Ministry's use of Black Rock facility. That's a brewing development taking place between Shamfa Kojo, who of course is the Minister of Sports, and that of the secretary responsible for sports, who is out of the country, but made it very clear that that particular facility that Shamfa Kojo, through the Ministry of Sports, want to use for a particular training exercise. They are saying in no uncertain terms that the THA is responsible, and therefore they crave respect, and therefore no project could come into any part of the areas of responsibility for the THA without being, of course, at least informed, and recognition and communications of a mutual nature takes place, and that did not happen in this case, and therefore approval was withdrawn, or should I say it was not forthcoming. And of course, Kojo said in a subsequent statement that they got alternative, of course, accommodation to carry on that particular training session that she had carded for originally for Black Rock, at the Black Rock facility in Tobago. Very, very interesting, because it speaks, of course, to jurisdiction. It speaks to disrespect. it speaks to humiliation, and it speaks to power play. And of course, if one has to give an opinion as far as power play is concerned, and the Rowley administration, clearly their high-handedness and their ability, of course, to be rambunctious and to be brutal and to, of course, generate power. And incidentally, I like to give the definitions from time to time. The classic definition of power is the ability to have people do something whether they like it or not. Let me repeat. Power is the ability to have people do something whether they like it or not. However, authority is the ability to use power because it is recognized by all. Very clear distinction, and therefore the latter authority suggests that, of course, everybody would be on board, that there will be the appropriate, of course, interaction and recognition, and therefore whether you are beneficiary or you are executioner. Now, the fact of the matter is that conversation would have taken place, communication would have taken place on a mutual basis, recognizing, of course, the role of each stakeholder in order to achieve an objective. Whereas, of course, power suggests brutal, and whether you like it or not, I am going to do this. Well, we heard an example of that only yesterday from Dr. Rowley. The people in Trinidad and Tobago are concerned about his frequent flyer scenarios, but of course, defiantly, he says, I am going, of course, to an exercise, which he said, and criticizing Kamala for, because his warped sense of morality and sense of right became exemplary feature in that particular case. It was quintessential, because here it is. He criticized Kamala Prasad Bisesa for going India and, of course, to look at her ancestral roots, and, of course, having been invited and was on a state visit. But of course, he sees that as insignificant. But of course, going, of course, on an invitation by one of the leadership in Ghana is more significant or is much more credible. And of course, going to India has a similar status as well. And when, of course, he went to Ghana again to, of course, be given this chieftain accolade, he saw that as significant. And when, of course, he went for his degree, he saw that as significant, all of which are out of the expenses of the public purse. But that is important. That is important. He brings back benefits in those regards, but Kamala Prasad Bisesa did not. But let us refresh ourselves and Dr. Rowley. When Kamala Prasad Bisesa negotiated on her foreign, of course, jaunts, we know for a fact that when she co-sponsored the anti-terrorist agenda at the United Nations, co-sponsoring with, of course, Obama as president and the then Prime Minister of Jamaica, that particular resolution, it brought tremendous benefit to Trinidad and Tobago by that one situation. And of course, what transpired subsequently, when he came into office, we had Mike Pompeo, who of course went to Guyana, but flew over, bypassed Trinidad and went back to the United States. And one would have expected that Mike Pompeo, just as how he brought, of course, goodies to Guyana, would have stopped over at least minimum in Trinidad. But by that time, Dr. Rowley has shown his uncanny proclivity to, of course, be on the wrong side of history, when, of course, he made a statement not only at the United Nations supporting and defending a regime without, of course, acknowledging the human rights violation at minimum, but when he was supporting, of course, Maduro, and then, of course, actions that he would have taken at several level, including of course when 82 persons were sent back on a military plane from Trinidad to Venezuela. Up to now, we don't know if they have died, if they were imprisoned, or if they were tortured, etc., etc. We don't know. And then, of course, at the OAS, the Organization of American States, so when, of course, Trinidad and Tobago was instructed, the representative there, to abstain from, of course, the decision that would have been taken to sanction Venezuela, and, of course, attracting the concerns of the United States, our best partner, our greatest partner, the regional, or should I say the hemispheric leader, and of course, possibly of the world. But here it is, Dr. Rowley's position and foreign policy initiative in this regard was, of course, to act against the best interests of Trinidad and Tobago, a responsibility that a prime minister must have. Other than that, it is treasonous, and therefore, when he came back from Chile, and then tell the population at the airport when he had his press conference that the OS Secretary General is an underling, and therefore he must be fired because he dared to, of course, encourage or promote or to advance or to narrate that, of course, the Venezuelans must be expelled from the OAS. He was strident there. And, of course, when he realized the water more than flour, after, of course, the sitting then ambassador said in no uncertain terms that he is concerned, even though Stuart Young said something else to the parliament and the population by extension, about the presence of Delcy Rodriguez and the circumstances that got her here, and of course, no doubt, linking that to the shipment of fuel that ended up in Venezuela. Of course, our own pariah here saying that it was intended for Aruba, but of course all the documentations and all of the other factors leading to the legitimacy of that exercise became questionable. And so what we have is a situation of stalemate, in spite of the fact that the Americans are not stupid. They would accommodate Dr. Rowley. There's a war between Russia and, of course, Ukraine. Gas supply to the Europeans have been curtailed, and so, of course, in such instance, the Americans are going to act in their own best interest as usual, and therefore, if they have to talk to the Maduro administration, but let Maduro go out of his thoughts and say he go and land in America and see if he would not end up before a court, because of course there is still a $15 million bounty on his head for being part of the exporting to the United States narcotics. So those are some of the issues that I thought needed to be ventilated and to debunk and to, of course, render self-serving and egotistic and dictatorial, if one can go that far, of Dr. Rowley and his disingenuous and his dishonest disposition and making lame duck excuses for his conduct and his administration, that clearly when they would have gotten out of office, replaced by the Kamala Persad-Bissessar UNC administration, whether is the inevitable 2025 or before, they must face the criminal and civil justice system in this country for what they have done to the country under the pretext that they are government, and of course they are seeking the best interests of Trinidad and Tobago only through what I consider to be the amorphous and the illusionary. And as I said, Dr. Rowley clearly is a victim of not being able to cope with reality. So clearly he is in a state of illusion, deception, and I want to say part of it in the main is deliberate. He orchestrates that. So I have no difficulty. Only yesterday he gave another episode of that conduct that clearly is unacceptable and will not be countenanced by the population, even though, of course, we see his administration as, of course, one that clearly has not only lost its mandate, is not only intolerable, is not only macabre, but clearly is in a state of total and absolute destruction, designed to, of course, treat with Trinidad and Tobago with a government that clearly is now the greatest threat to our existence and has been weaponized against the people and must be inevitably
put to rest.
Not just put to rest, but to have them walk the plank, jettison from, of course, our political and economic and social conscience. Yes, my friend, I think those are the areas I would want to stop. Of course, he did rename, of course, Emancipation Day. He say, call it African Emancipation Day. Well, I don't think anybody doubted it was always African. Just putting in African, I don't think it is significant. But of course, it was important enough for Cambon, the head of the Emancipation Committee, to say, well, you even tell us, you didn't even give us a warning, you just say that just so without consultation. Well, people, as I said, power is the ability to have people do what you want them to do simply because you say so, as opposed to authority, which of course requires dialogue in a conscientious democracy. Yes, Andy, back to you. I don't know if you have any other thing that you would like us to share or to comment upon. But of course, those are the areas I would want to address at this point.
Nice. But Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. You heard all the headliners. What's on your headline? What's supposed to make news that not making news? A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from, and what's your contribution this morning? What's on your front burner?
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Mikey K and Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, you know, yesterday morning I went in shower in the microphone thing. I left here so early because what really happened, 6 o'clock, take you inside here. You will have problems to get a maxi to come out. So I left here early and I went there. I up and down walking the whole place. I passed the gas station. I say, well, it have no activities taking place here. I stand up, I up and down. I say, you know, when they tell people 6 o'clock, it's all 7 o'clock. So I was there yesterday. I left there about after 8. I said, no, I say, like, is that make the mistake? Like, nobody isn't here, you know? So I was there. I was out in shower yesterday. I was out there. You understand? And now we only talking.
It will be. All right, okay. We understand your anxiety in that situation. But maybe we won't clear enough. But most likely it's next week.
Right. Well, my little contribution today, right? I hear it alleged that they sent a doctor on administrative leave, right? And the man in question is the Minister of Health. Why don't he resign? Why did they tell him to go and clean up himself and come back? All you can remember when Jack had the thing over his head, right? They sent him to clean up himself and come back, and he did so. Why is it the Minister of Health under his administration, 11 babies died, and why is it he's still in office, collecting his big salary, And the Prime Minister will come out and say he's very sorry for what happened to the babies. Prime Minister, clean up the place. The Minister of Health, he should resign And if you do that, then we will know you are very sorry and you're concerned about what's taking place in this country. We want to see that.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Very insincere and
Andy.
cool-hearted. Good morning.
Yeah, Maruga, the bellman.
Yes, good morning, my friend.
Morning to you, Lennox, and to Mikey and yourself and Trinidad and Tobago. Lennox, I sit down and I listen to this man who is in charge of the nation. And let me tell you something, this man wants to send everybody mad, you know. He done a madman already and he wants to send everybody mad. You imagine this man saying things like, put faith in the health system? He begging the people of Trinidad and Tobago to put faith in the health system? You know, if he had faith in the health system, every time he have to go somewhere, he have to go some part of the world to see about himself, and you have telling us that we must put faith in the system? You go to the hospital, you can't get a doctor to see about you. If one do come, it's the time you sit down there waiting, people dying there, children dying there. Something is wrong with this man, you know. We have to hurry up quick, Trinidad and Tobago, hurry up quick to change and to move this man from the position he in, you know. The doctors always say, it is good to be educated, but too much education does, I feel, a bit of the scab you. How you will be telling me faith in your system, and you is the man who in charge not putting faith in your own system, and something at the wrong Lennox?
Of course, the first time I see a man has both intellectual dishonesty and himself a dishonest person. I mean, it is that combination is totally potent and pernicious. Yeah. You're quite right.
It's the first time I see the media man, you know.
Yeah, they laugh at him.
I see them laughing at this man. Everybody praying to get rid of this man, you understand? Tobago, as we go forward, let us pray that we get a day to call for the election, and not only a day to call, but to go out there and vote. And next thing again too, this man playing smart with foolishness, emancipation. Come on, you talk about the African Day. Me against that, but you see the timing, Lennox, the timing. There's no election coming up and the man pushing the timing. They had a big controversy when they had the Indian arrival there with Mr. Manning, you know. When he come up now, they play with this. I tell you, well, it is hard to educate a man, and I close it up by saying,
yeah, he believed that he could race bait the people of Trinidad and Tobago again. That's no different to the
he doing it because he know he can.
The monkey statement, yeah.
He doing it because he know he can. He know the people will take the bait. He know his performance would not be what going to be judged in the next general elections. He know the judgment will mainly be based on race when it coming to the PNM and the supporters. He knows just a few marginal seats which they go do what they had to do accordingly. Not much to bribe the EBC. Not much. It is what it is. It is what it is. Or to, I want to say bribe the EBC, yes? They're not so,
Andy, but I mean, the man in our faces, in the face of the fact that he, in the court documents, is noted, was made an intervention in 2015 to call the chairman of EBC to extend the time by 1 hour. That is well known. In 2020, you deliberately and consciously never orchestrated. You orchestrated the non-presence of independent observers, and you don't know that your credibility and your ability to have a fair election and your constant intervention is well known. And he totally forget what he did with respect to Tobago and the extension of those 3 seats. He forget all of that and invited, of course, the EBC and vexed that the opposition leader said the possibility that if the 2024 report was not presented, she's prepared to go to court and, of course, to sanitize itself. They must, of course, appear to be independent and not in collude with, of course, the PNM. And he tried to bring arguments to defend that when he should be, of course, holding himself in shame and, of course, telling us and apologizing. He continues, of course, to defend the indefensible. Go ahead.
Morning, caller. Oh boy.
Good morning.
Let me take our next call.
The man say he didn't know Miss Nasa Scope, and that time he meeting her in Guyana,
Morning,
he didn't know her. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Lennox. Vialva.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Vialva.
Vialva,
hey,
go
boy,
ahead.
I not seen that man at all, boy. I not getting that man.
You have to listen.
Yeah.
You have to go today. I spoke to the man this morning, and you have to go today. And when you go, ask for him. Right. You will collect it. Right.
Okay.
More than that, pleasant good morning to each and everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know that it's 6 months now that the councillors and them have not paid their rent for their offices and they were kicked out? Neil De Silva is number 1, and there are others. And we are saying, well, right, because we know it's political, because of course different politics divide. But at the end of the day, if you want persons to serve your community, your area, and you are not being funded, how could you do so? And we know the politics, we know how it goes in this nation, but this thing has gone on for too long. It's terrible to know that the funds has not been released, and the minister, the direct minister, which is the Minister of Local Government, is responsible for that, to make sure that corporations has the allotted funds. And this problem continues because of the politics that we have, the first past the post. That continues, and these things have to stop, because at the end of the day, whether or not you're in which political divide, you have to be served in your community, your constituency, because you were voted in to do that. So that when a lot of the Burgesses does not get their allotted satisfaction, or they allotted maybe street lights, or as the case might be, put some material on a road, and you blame the councillor. It's not the councillor's fault. In many instances, it's not the councillor's fault. It's central government. And this is the problem. And then again, councillors must come out and let this area know, the persons who voted him into office know that, listen, this is where the problem lies. You must be in touch with your people to inform them what is happening continuously. In other words, you are proactive and not reactive, because if you stay reactive, it means that you're actually towing the party line with the politics that we have and continue to have for years, of course, in this nation, causing serious problem to the Burgesses, which is expected to have the goods and services delivered to them because you were voted into office. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Andy, there goes local government reform, PNM style. That's all I could say. Not unexpected at all. Thank you very much for the information.
Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ground Report. Puna here.
Good morning to you, sir.
Lennox, it is amazing. We are seeing and hearing what is happening with America with respect to sanctions on Venezuela. And this government rolling and bold-facedly narcissistic behavior and lying to the population, lack remorse, shame and everything, and telling to the people of this country that the sanction would not affect us. I mean, let me be real. We have to be really dotish to believe anything Keith Rowley and them say. But let me get down to my main thing. Now, Lennox, this death with these babies and them. You remember? And you hear what Keith Rowley said, don't make it political and what that. And I get into detail by saying that. You remember when they had the barrier, the deaths of the divers and whatnot? And when people were calling for the suspension of the board and certain people who were in high position or whatnot, there was no suspension. Everybody was back on book and doing what they want, fixing up the papers, cleaning up the act and whatnot and things. But what is strange, the gentleman at the health institution, I think he is responsible for the for sterilization and this aspect of the hygienic thing of the water and whatnot. Suspended him, Lennox. You know that, eh? Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
They suspended him. But you didn't suspend the people from Paria and from Heritage. But what is even worse, and I call him because here why, Rowley saying don't make it political. He don't want the views of the population. He don't want the views of the parents and them who were affected because of the treatment that was meted out to them. He don't want to hear the views of the nurses and the doctors and whatnot, what transpired. I am saying this, and I'm calling on Brother Edie Stewart, the head of the Nursing Association. Just like how when PNM want to give information for the credit rating institutions, on our economy and all this kind of thing, they would give them false information and they could present, a report. But I am calling on Brother Edie Stewart, the medical board, the doctors and that is, to seek an audience with PAHU, because there's not a commission of inquiry where they could summon you to the inquiry and whatnot. But seek to get all your point over to PAHU and let them know, because this government intends to throw all you under the bus, doctors and the nurses and them, So all you have to seek to get an audience with PAHU representatives who will be coming here. We don't know how we're going about doing it, if it's going to be done secretly and whatnot, without the input of the doctors, the nurses, and the parents and them who lost the children. And therefore it is important, it is critical for the views of these people, these three things, the doctors, the nurses, and the parents, to meet PAHU and give them their side of the story. Because if you go to depend on the government to give the information to PAHU, you know what they're going to do, Lennox? They're going to give them false information and make it look like it's, just negligence, minor thing and whatnot need to be done. But the people will have to come out and tell the thing. Because if it is that you could have the sterilization machine or what the equipment and whatnot malfunctioning for so long, and you fail to deal with that, especially in a ward where newborn babies are, this is something that tantamount to not malpractice, but this is murder. And I am saying, I'm calling on Edie Stewart and these fellas, the medical board and the parents, all you have to insist that all you meet with the PAHU representatives to get all your views and information across to them. Otherwise, don't depend on the PNM, because they're going to cover up everything and then you're going to think. Because just how you're talking about, Rowley, you want to get to the bottom of it and the information and whatnot and things like that. And you get had a report with the divers in Heritage. You get the information, you get anything, you act on anything? No. Today you have not even helped assisted the family financially or anything. Some of these recommendations that came out of that report by Mr. Lynch, you have not implemented anything, and the same players still remain there. Kwamena and Mushtaq Mohammed and all of them again. So Robbie, you can't fool me. We are so damn stupid. But we're going to make sure we put you and your government and the thing all under the spotlight. And we want PAHU to know. We have to make it political. Because this is not just a something ordinary. This is the death of babies and the pressure and the thing that the family, the parents and them is going through. Fellas, have a blessed day.
Yeah, yesterday, Dr. Roy was the court just...
Hello?
A pleasant good morning. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. The guy you hate to hear by Lennox. But Andy, when I heard you're signing a nomination to be the representative for St. Gunn, that would be very good. I support you 1,000%, although I don't live in that area. you know. But I really supporting that. Well, I get the clarity on what took place at Miss Arima concerning how she was disrespectful and so on, which she always disrespectful all over where she go, as far as I understand. Right? Well, Lennox and the guy who just qualified me, Tatuna Puna. Right? Well, I know all they have all the interest in America, all they have all the visa and all they can't talk nothing against them. So all they float to lose all the visa. Right? I don't have any, and I'm not interested in going to America either. You understand? So I could speak out how I want. You understand? I don't have anything against America. I like to make it clear with people, but I just don't like the politics against towards the world, the bully tactics, where they dictatorship over there against the world. Right? Maduro, they say Maduro have a $15 billion thing on his head. That's what they did to Gaddafi. They did it to Panama, the Noriega. They just do it all over the world. They just push us. I think I'd say this one is this and this one is that. But who consumes the most amount of drugs? Them. Look, in Colombia, they have 7 army bases and they're still fighting drugs in Colombia. You tell me who is carrying the drugs over in America, no? You understand? So Maduro trying to survive, and as far as it is, I listened to my president Maduro yesterday, and he was talking about it. They never raised no sanctions or nothing at all. They were just only talk, right? So it had nothing to raise, nothing at all. America has a horse in the race, and they want this woman to go up. If because she ain't go up, that's why they want to put back the sanctions what they never took out, right? So they are fact straight. I told you again, let me repeat it to you and the other guy who spoke with Mr. Tuna. Stop watching Al Jazeera, BBC, CNN, all the news will carry misinformation because they are, what as I always told you, Malcolm X used to say, they make an innocent man guilty and a guilty man innocent. You understand? So stop watching that crap news always be watching what is selling rubbish. I could send you names and news places you could go and you could get the real information from American people themselves who don't like what America does to the world, right? So they just come out and they just talk out, and they will know the real facts of what it is taking place. They want to get the oil and the gas and all the natural resources in Venezuela like how they did before, right? So, and they're not getting through again. So, right, that because they have a strong arm over in Venezuela, so they want to call him and demonize the guy and say all kind of thing about Maduro. He mightn't be the perfect president they have, like in all countries. But the thing about it, the man is seeking the interests of the people in Venezuela. And America don't like that. They want a hand to go inside there, and they have this nasty woman called Maria Corina Machado, and they want her to go. And because she can't go, she's not electable. Because why? She called for sanctions and military intervention into Venezuela, and so on. So she is uneligible to go up for an election for 15 years. I can't repeat it to you. Stop watching BBC, CNN, and all them crap news. You'll be watching you and the other guy who called before, and you'll get the real facts. Right? Have a good day. Andy, I enjoy your program as normal. Right, thanks. Have a good day. Lock on and listening.
All right, wait. You go ahead, but I just want to make sure that my boy visa intact. Lennox Smith, is your visa intact?
Wait, well, let me respond to man. You could be as presumptuous as you want. The fact is that you ain't going Venezuela. Go Venezuela now. I don't talk. That's good for me.
So we're saying, what will justify where he's saying?
I could go America, but you love Venezuela, but you wouldn't go Venezuela at all.
Okay, understand your point. In Trinidad you're living, you could still go America and you think that most likely you'll be safe compared to he going Venezuela. You ain't think he could be safe?
You get thin, you get emaciated, you starve, and of course you'll be persecuted. So I had time with
if he decide to go against Maduro, well then he go end up with a 15-year ban or persecution. I just asking, I don't know.
Though the atmosphere itself, the people eating out a bin, you know. Oh.
People eating out a bin.
The inflation alone. In order to buy bread, you have to go to borrow a money, you know. That's what he's talking about. I can't time with that. Be as presumptuous as you want. I know you ain't going to cause all the love you love. You ain't going there at all to stay.
Nice. Good morning. I'm a contractor with the Couva Tabakit Talparo Regional Corporation. Contractors have been hired since the 8th of March. and have not gotten one dime yet. Every time contractors go to the office concerning payments, we are greeted with money isn't allocated yet. I comment to that too. Yes, now hold. I comment to Sandy Grande Regional Corporation and a little bit too. Just now, hold.
Bang, 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 bang. Hear me, damn phone.
Yeah. We go come to some of the UNC run corporations based on what is being deemed and what is being said, and all clarifications will be clarified in a little bit soon. Let's continue the phone lines.
Oh Lord.
All I feel is just only need the silver rent and pay, and your office lock up. Aye. PNM know to work numbers and people. All over that Grande seat. Okay. So I had to play it off so and say tell the people at Grande, Valencia. But to Ratamatlat, let me say a pleasant good morning to Penny. Councillor Penny. For Valencia East Toko. You know that course. She take over for London. I ain't gonna lie. As a person, very nice person. Very, very nice, nice woman. But the party in which she support, or in whom she's a councillor in, ain't good at all. Mangala, that is up the PNM Ombudsman, Alderman. A pleasant good morning to you. I sat down and had a chat whole time yesterday at the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation. Mr. Chairman, a pleasant good morning to you, Philip. Vice Chairman Nasser Hussein, a pleasant good morning to you. Alderwoman, well, Alderman Susan Holder, a pleasant good morning. The only person who was missing in that circle there, I was 15. Well, you know who named 15 up there in Grande? Guy named 15 because he went by 15 votes. Sandy Grande South. He wasn't there. Mr. Angad wasn't there. He done left. And this respectable, God-fearing councillor, Darren Mohan, for Vega de Oropou. Well, he wasn't there, but I meet everybody else. I sit down with everybody else. I question and I pose questions to everybody. Because when I seen the PNM starving the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation allocations, based on the monies that they're getting and not. While fortunately I have nothing against Penny, she in a good position because she's a PNM councillor. And if she didn't get thing, Or pay them and feed the corporation to feed the people, my people of Sandy, Grandy, Valencia and environs from Motura straight to Matlock. She still have the opportunity that she can make a phone call because it's her party and get roads pitch within her with over her burgesses, get jobs through other means other than the corporation because they're starving them for funds. So she could get jobs for her people in URP. I'm not saying she tell me them thing. No. If it's one thing I will never do is lie on nobody. Or for tricky politics. Or to gain points. Call people name irresponsible in any way. If it is they haven't said anything, AC. This is just me divulging what's going on. That whole issue there, well, she could organize and get loans, whether it be, well, her purchases, and not only on her side or whatever, within Grandy, man. That plenty to talk. All the whole, let me continue the calls. What's on your front burner? But the situation when it comes to the corporations will be dealt with very, very soon. Maybe in the next few minutes. Or maybe Monday. Not Monday. Monday is Vashis Maraj. But the same way I learned how Archbishop Baba Burke in the politics and what is her influence within the politics as a spiritual leader, a Baptist leader, and why around elections time she does get involved, and we know all about her. I really don't know about the Mahasabha. I don't know. Want to learn. But they will have their say or their side to dispute, deny, acknowledge, based on attorney at law Vashish Maraj, what is being said or teach to us in when it coming to the Mahasabha involvement in the politics in Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go to the lines. Morning caller.
Andy for Grandy.
And Grandy for Andy. Go ahead, my brother.
And we demanding foreign observers, Rowley, for the 2025 general election. Uncle Lennox, Mikey, UB, and Andy and Trinidad and Tobago, good morning. Uncle Lennox, his election is coming very soon, boy. Because you know why? The Orioles had to tell the black people, he giving them a name now. He couldn't give them a name to recognize the identity. So if come for the next Emancipation Day, there will be the African Liberation Day. So that they'll know that they were slaves and they are descendants of the slaves. So as they had a program once said, only if they know they were slaves, UNC can have 3 more of them. But what I really want to tell you this morning, Andy, Rowley in the press conference admit what I be saying. Well, and he tried to answer the question for me. That the Laura Manatee, where he getting the bulk of the gas across the cross-border field, he had 27% interest in that. So when the revenue, when I just keep asking Stuart Young, and in there, where all that money going? And when I say Proman is the man who will push the narrative and America will deal with them. He admit it. Because you see, when they give subsidy on entities like them who going into the US market, it stopped. So it justify what I was saying on this radio station. So now he come now, and India, that's why he take away the subsidy for we internally and put hardship on we on the fuel price on we, so that the America can say that, hey, look, he move away all the subsidy from Proman. So Proman paying market price. Where the money going Rowley and India? Is it back to Amsterdam? And they going back Ghana with 11 children sold to mount yourself? And when our esteemed political leader talk about the gerrymandering and the boundary, you get uptight. So when you want to say that you're going on TV election again, and because we questioning it, you get like a raging bull. So here what's going on. Rambali, Mr. Paré, good morning. But this your esteemed political leader is the supporters have to vote for you. Because who have to vote for you? Who will have to vote to give all you the executive? Is the membership at the United National Congress. And we support our esteemed political leader, Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa. So get that right. So if all you feel, all you could get people on the all of the send fake recommendation on email, we want you, well, I just asked it this morning, right? And you will see we can put it to rest. Mr. Rambali, bring 3,000 people. Mr. Paré, bring 3,000 people. That's 6,000 membership. Bring them. And we come in the headquarters. And we will do a referendum. And if you can bring that in person, and we know that there is the people support you for change. But otherwise, you want to use the electronic system that anybody, the PNM, the whole of the PNM supporters on them, could send an email, right? And request that. Then we do it openly now, because referendum and we'll see 6,000 people, right? And I will make sure that the executive change by a word of referendum when I see 6,000 people. But anyway now, you see, we have better things to do because we unite in this country and we see the hardship and the nasty politics coming out. And you see who suffering is the people. It is the people. We, the citizens, are suffering under Rowley Gate. He don't want to give up that lower humanity gas because that is what he enriched himself. And under Uncle Lennox, I would like to ask on national radio that if that lobbyist, we want to know where he registered in America, what role he played, and we want to ask America.
Oh shucks.
I'm trying to get the link
no,
between that and Nike One.
Mr. Faisal, you could always call me back. I cut you by mistake. I cut you by mistake. But let me take the next call by the time. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution?
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning to you, Ms. Santa Cruz.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox, Mikey, Newbie, and to everybody on the live. Andy, I don't know if I missed the interview with Vashish this morning.
No, he's Monday.
Was it still on?
He's Monday.
Monday. Sorry. Yeah. I'm a little bit confused this morning. And I will tell you why I'm a little bit confused this morning. I forget today's Friday. Andy, with your permission, I would like to address an issue, please.
Yeah, no problem.
No. Right. Okay. Now, I want to tell Kingsley something. If you don't know anything about the Hindu religion, just zip your lip. Nobody asked your opinion. I don't know who died and leave you in charge of the UNC. The last time I checked, you were not the chairman. You are not a deputy political leader. You are not the backbone of the UNC. You have no moral authority to come here and tell me what I can and what I cannot speak about. You hear? You want to talk what you want to talk, go right ahead. And you keep talking about they postpone a Monday night meeting to accommodate a Hindu festival. If you don't know the meaning of it, as I said before, zip your lip. It was out of respect for all the Hindus in the UNC. The UNC is not a Hindu party, but they are made up of a lot of religion, right? And the Hindus the Hindu is the greatest part of it. Mrs. Prasad Bisesa is a Hindu. Dr. Munilal is a Hindu. We have a lot of Hindus inside it here, right? And it's not only for them, but for all the supporters that were going to come out to that meeting. It was out of respect that they decided to cancel the meeting. That is what UNC does. They respect people. They respect their religion. They respect their race. They respect everything about them. You have no moral authority to come to tell me who to speak with. You forget a few weeks ago when you were coming here to try to bash Rambly and the others, right? You don't tell me what to do. I know what I am doing. And if I feel to attack the Mahasabha for what it is they're doing, that is my business, right? The Mahasabha, Dinesh Rambly chose an auspicious moment on the Hindu calendar, Noratam, to disrespect Mrs. Prasad Bisesa. Noratam is dedicated to the Hindu goddesses and them. And you choose that time to disrespect Mrs. Prasad Bisesa. And you had Vijay Maharaj and Dr. Parasram sitting there and listening to that nonsense. I keep telling people, and I'm going to say it again, if every day I get on this radio station, I'm going to say it again, right? The Mahasabha is a PNM party group. And I'm appealing to the Hindu people, do not listen to them. They have no good advice to give anybody but themselves. They are seeking self-interest. Andy, a couple of months ago, I came here, right? And I talked about what it is was going on with Parry and them. I got wind of it, and I keep saying, I keep asking, is there a palace school in the making? And it was instigated by a newly minted senior counsel. He put it up on a Facebook page. He put it up on a page. All he wanted was one or two to start the ball rolling, right? To stage his palace school. I came in and said, and then Rushton Parry came out and started talking about what it is he intended to do, right? I don't know what they hope to achieve. Look what Rowley is doing to this country. And you are not hearing a word about Rowley have to go. All you are hearing is Kamala must go. But I am going to say something here this morning. I am standing very, very strong, side by side with Kamala Prasad Bisesa. And you see, the more they try to pull her down, is the more thousands of us going to stand with her. Right? And nobody is going to tell me what to come here and talk about. You have a grouse with them. Let me tell you something now, Andy. All you know all you know very well, the memory that I have, I don't forget. And I will never forget that same individual from 2010 to 2015, bowling Kamala must go. Kamala had to go. Kamala ain't doing nothing. All you put Rowley there. Today we can't get Rowley out. And you come to tell me what I should talk about, who I should talk about and who I shouldn't talk about. Look, catch yourself and sit in a corner. Eh? You have no moral authority to tell me what to do. And Andy, I am going to say it over and over again. I stand with Mrs. Prasad Bisesa, and I am going to campaign for Mrs. Prasad Bisesa. And who don't like it, too bad. And you see all those dissidents, listen to the names, good, eh? Rai Rugby, Rushton Parry, Rodney Charles, Ramona Ramdial, all the R's, Rowley and all of them. We will beat all those R's with our index finger. We will show them. Because they can say what they want. Being a weak leader, she's a weak leader. The woman has more brains than half of them, than three quarter of them. The woman has a vision for this country. Her vision was the laptop. Look at what happened then. What happened when the place was shut down with the COVID. They hunted all about to get laptops for children. Rowley destroyed this country. And if all you can see what Rowley has done to this country, something is wrong with all you. That all you should be calling for Kamala to go. And I'm going to say it again this morning. If Rambly, as a person of the courts, knew or has knowledge of a human trafficker in the UNC, he should be answering to the DPP and the police for not going and reporting that person. Because if you, as a court lawyer, you should be giving the police that information and getting rid of that police. And the only reason, this is my opinion, The only reason that you did that with the help of the Mahasabha is because Kyle Taklal Singh has filed nomination paper for that same area. But we will see who will be the better person to go in there. You don't do that to people. You don't do that. Andy, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to voice my opinion. Take care and have a good morning.
We go for a break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Looking for top quality and affordable hardware supplies? Then look no further than Midland Hardware, number 97 Eastern Main Road, Arouca. We stock a wide range of tools, water tanks, blocks, lumber, steel, and everything you need for your home and business project. Check out our new display of steel windows and assorted designs of metal curtain rods. Midland also stockpiles sand, gravel, topsoil, and more. We have a variety of kitchen faucets, face basins, and toilet sets, bathroom mat sets, all garden tools, hand tools, generators, power washers, and water pumps. Customers can make payments via links, credit card, online payment, and cash on delivery. WhatsApp 327-7761 for free quotations, or give us a call at 646-2144. Open every day, Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. From foundation to finish, it's all at Midland.
For over 100 years, radio has been the most accessible, and to date, it's still the most listened to medium everywhere. More FM 104.7 is programmed so you can hear us everywhere. Never miss a beat. This station and its programming is fit for the listeners everywhere with the most variety in Trinidad and Tobago. You are guaranteed to reach your target market with More FM 104.7. Get more sales, get more clients. Book your ads today by calling us 221-4913.
Fuck it together when you're rolling a friend, or movie night when you're home on your ends. Beach slime, house slime, every time's a good time. KFC in every bucket you'll find. Ooh, it tastes so good. After party is a mood. Let's bucket together. KFC is the perfect partner to make your good times much better. Gather round and enjoy the fun with KFC. Bucket together.
Bucket together with KFC and enjoy 8 pieces of chicken and 3 regular sides for only $139.95. KFC, it's finger licking good.
A lucky homeowner will win a brand new car. Yes! A brand new Mitsubishi Expander Cross. Yes, park in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. Get in a gear with DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate. The oasis of Cunupia will satisfy your needs for a new lifestyle. Beautifully designed, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior, sophisticated finishings, with superbly manicured and landscaped green spaces, front and backyard included, starting at $1.65 million. Call now and book a viewing. 691-5659. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Cunupia.
The world of reggae. Saturday, June 8th, Queen's Park, Savannah welcomes you to the most premium concert experience of a lifetime. Featuring Shabba Ranks,
Ling-a-ling-a-ling, bang, one silent swing, bang. DJ is stuck up in the ear bone.
Darrington Weaving,
dangerously.
Anthony B,
How are them come swami, so we start a revolution, army.
Maxi Priest,
I just wanna be
John Mason, and more. The all-inclusive VVIP experience with free premium drinks and finger food all night. VVIP all-inclusive ticket starts at $1,400 and it's only available online at Island E-Tickets. For more info, visit Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Keywords World of Reggae. Brought to you by the Ricky Ragunanan Group of Companies and DG Homes.
Hey,
Hey, you! Yes, you! Need quality printing at affordable prices? Then look no further. At Graphic Source, we've got you covered. Take your project to the next level for all your designs and printing needs. From t-shirt printing to labels, signs, and banners. Look no further. Business stamps, flyers, tickets, and invites, just to name a few. With 2 convenient locations. Eastern Main Road, St. Augustine, opposite Massey Stores. And Arima Shopping Center, Broadway Street, Arima. Contact us today. 342-2664, 270-0428, or 360-8917. Graphic Source, your #1 source. You name it, we design it and print it.
More music festivals. The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for Salem and Achilles tires. These tires carry a full manufactured warranty and is the #1 tire for comfort and performance in this rainy weather. We have the latest rims in all sizes, all at drastically low prices. We also do blank wheels that could be drilled to your vehicle specification. It's all about new technology and keeping ahead of the game.
So hurry on down to Racetrack Wheels, 3 locations. 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, 82 Bethany Road, Bucco, Tobago, and 64th Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Or call 285-9168.
So my friend, take it from me and be weather smart this season and change your tires right now at Racetrack Wheels.
Saturday, 11th May. It's the ultimate partying pleasure where fashion meets passion in black. Kabuki's Black, the event. Kabuki's Black.
Kabuki's Black.
We return to paradise. The scenic and exclusive La Soledad Maraca St. Joseph from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Mom, come celebrate with Ken Simmons and Shotmaster J, Kevin Baker and DJ Junior, DJ Elo, Howie T and TC, Smokey and Kevin X. Hosted by Kabuki. The night before Mother's Day, 1 cocktail and premium bar and exquisite food court. Advance tickets $300. Available at Bobby's Barbecue at Sensational Sammy Seafood Plus Arima, Hearty Foods Arima, Fats Arima and Trin City, and Sylvester's Bar. For more info, call 712-9657 and 786-1455. The night before Mother's Day is Kabuki's Black.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at #4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, #4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
Yes, we are back. We are back. Time check. It's approximately 1 minute past the hour of 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Growing Report. Yeah, yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio, Lennox Smith and Michael K. Very interesting morning so far. Very, very interesting. Since Dr. Rowley interview and African Liberation Day, and I just watching all the tricks, all the deceit that is put in place for them to try to win the next general election. Yep.
And I mean, what is more bizarre, and people must be conscious, you know, and we urge you to please do your research. Don't depend on us all the time. You may have some doubts. Please ratify it, verify it. The veracity of what we are saying cannot be easily dismissed. And when you go to the polls, you will have no choice. Listener, this man talks about a litany of things that will be taking place with Ghana and good relations and, of course, transportation service and all of that. But guess what? Ghana just signed the second tranche of a IMF bailout in January. Let me repeat. The Ghana that Dr. Rowley will be going to visit, of course, the head of what's his name, the Asante Hini in Ghana. Ghana just signed the second tranche of an IMF bailout program. But that is the country that he says that we must anchor our economic hope in, transatlantic, across in Africa, on the west coast of Africa. And we must, of course, and he went into a plethora of initiatives. When Ghana itself is in the jaws of a IMF program. Come on, people. And Dr. Rowley is so dishonest. He will not even tell us, well, listen, the opportunities that could come for both parties in a reciprocal arrangement, because he was only talking about the size of the market, just about 33 million people, and access to the sub-Sahara part of Africa. He went into all of that. And he will not tell us that places like Mali and so on are so, what I consider, ungovernable right now. It's almost as if they have a country with no government, like Haiti. Chaotic. But he is encouraging you to listen to that piece of hogwash. And he never delivered, of course, the dasheen and the yam that he said when on the last occasion they were supposed to provide it to Trinidad and Tobago to, of course, assist in this transatlantic relationship, economic and otherwise, and recognizing our roots and the diaspora, etc. Come on, we are not fools, Dr. Rowley. The laugh is really on you. Andy, I thought I should make that intervention so people understand. We want to live better.
We must live better. We deserve better. To live better.
Therefore, thumbs down to the Rowley administration for that level of deception and evil and wickedness and failure that has become idiosyncratic of the Rowley administration. He himself, a total disgrace and disappointment.
Totally. Morning, caller.
Good morning. Yes, Andy. Rowley talk about meeting with Homeland Security, meeting with the CIA when he went to the USA. He asked none of them to find out who is the owner of that boat up to now. People in Marabella say they know that boat's coming in from the train line. They could see the port of Point-a-Pierre. They say they know the boat, so we want to know who is the owner of the boat. Maybe we can't find that. So.
Thank you very much. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Freeport.
Go ahead.
Morning to Lennox. Morning to Mikey and all the listeners. Miss Santa Cruz, pleasant good morning to your friend. I'm glad you're coming out now. When I talking, you bash me on the radio and say I'm making mischief. It's a long time I was talking about that, because what had happened, I had known more than you. But I'm glad I didn't vex with you. You still is one of our supporters. But this thing going on a long time, and all you're hiding it. And to everybody, Mr. Kingsley, you forget from 2015 all through the local government election in Belmont and Sawa, you was bad talking the UNC and Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and you saying they had to pay you. Now you coming to say it have only Hindus in the party. You don't know what is Hindus. You don't have no authority to talk because you is a PNM. As you get your PNM CPEP contract, you went against the UNC. You jump on the wagon now, and all you forget, you Kingsley, Mr. Silver Fox, all you went on other radio station and bad talk the ground report, and Andy and Mikey and Lennox. Mr. Freeporters be all over the place, eh? So all you know how all you're talking. All you could fool them, all you can't fool me. Take your time, Andy.
Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? What's supposed to make news that not making news? Let's don't waste airtime. That don't waste the ears of thousands of people that lock on in the morning, not wanting no BS program, but wanting a program of truth. Morning caller. Caller, go ahead. A pleasant morning caller. Next caller. Morning caller. This WhatsApp line only getting trouble in nobody.
Yes,
go ahead,
Andy,
Miss Rodman.
yeah, good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning to all the people on the ground report. Andy, you see all this other confusion, as that guy used to say, is chubby. What is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. I am UNC and proud. Okay, so let me take it from there and move on. Andy, I could not believe when I heard this man on the TV last night. You went gallivanting in Ireland and enjoying yourself and eating and drinking the best. And when you come back, all you could tell the people in Trinidad that you are going to change Emancipation Day to Emancipation African or some whatever it is. You see, this man so like a race talk. He's just doing that now to start up another sort of adultishness, right? And the point is this. I don't care what he say. I am a Trinidadian. You understand? And they're talking about Emancipation Day. The people are not emancipated. They just gone from the white massa to the black massa. What is Keith Rowley doing for black people? Calling to tell them that he changed that and he put in African in Emancipation Day. You could carry that in the grocery. You could pay light bill with that. You can carry that in anything. Look, mister, just come with something and tell the people in this country how we are going to fix the country. He is saying that he spent 10 million to travel, but it was beneficial to Trinidad and Tobago. Keith Rowley, tell us exactly what you achieved and what the benefits were or are with your 10 million travel, because we really don't know it, right? Another thing I want to see those babies that died in the hospital. I want to know how many of those parents supported PNM when the election time and prevented that the children hospital in Cuba from being open. Because I am sure if that hospital was open, what happened would not have happened. I see now in this thing with these 11 babies, they have suspended one man. One man they have suspended. So you go tell me in this whole situation, you go look for one fool and say he alone responsible. One man couldn't be responsible for all of this. All of them who inside there had to be responsible. And I would tell you why. These deceitful people are working in these hospitals and all about the place. They are there every day. They are seeing what is wrong. They know what is wrong. They know what problem exists. And they were distributing it under the mat. They would not come in the public domain and let the public know what is going on. So when trouble come, like when come with them 11 little darlings, they would know it's not the workers to be blamed. I have a friend, Andy, who, hello?
Go ahead.
I have a friend who goes to the gynae clinic in the hospital. She said to me, she went last week, she said, if you see the condition of that place, it is so nasty. The toilet is so nasty. And you know when they're going to examine, when they put your feet up and they cover you with a sheet, she said they cover her with a pillowcase. What's the size of a pillowcase, Andy? How big a pillowcase is? No sheet. They cover her with a pillowcase. The doctors and the nurses working with that every day. You talk about it? No. Everybody quiet. Right? Then we have the fire services. The fire services, they are saying The other day couldn't even go in to some fire because they have no apparatus, the breathing apparatus or whatever it is. So many of the equipment they don't have. Any one of them coming out and saying anything and marching and protesting and putting them here, no, they're quiet. When something blow up and the whole of Trinidad burn down, then they go see, looking to see who to be blamed. And I hear Ramota saying that's the head of the prisoner office. That, I just tell you how many things wrong in so many departments in this country, and the people in the organizations not saying or doing anything. He is saying, the head of the prisoner association is saying that what happened the other day when one man died and whatever, it was so bad. But what is going to happen if they don't fix the thing, it's going to make that look like a party. And Ramota come and tell them, wipe all your nose, dry all your tears, wipe all your nose, and come back to do the work. You understand? Nobody don't want to fix nothing. You understand? So this is the problem, Andy. The people in this country, they are seeing what is going wrong, and nobody is making an effort to fix what is wrong. You understand? So, Andy, as usual, you're doing an excellent job, and the people have to know all that is wrong throughout the length and breadth of this country is the people, as I always say, the people to be blamed. And as I say again, we're going to keep talking, and we are going to keep demanding that we live better. Blessings, Andy.
Hello, good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Let me say, oh boy, 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 oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy. Go ahead,
good morning to you, Andy. Good morning to you, Lennox Smith. Good morning to you, Mikey K, who I know is listening to the program. Let me say good morning to all UNC members, family. Good morning to the Ground Report family. And good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. And we must stay focused. We must stay focused on the target. And the target is Dr. Rowley. The target is to make sure that his history is no more for our church in this country. And the target must be that Dr. Rowley and government kill 11 babies. That must be the target. The target must be Dr. Rowley and the government, PNM government, kill 11 babies under the watch. Under the watch. Under the watch. That it must be. There must be, we must go on international to come for after Dr. Rowley and lock him up. We must be focused on the issues of the day. We must expose Dr. Rowley and the PNM. We must go after Colin Inbert and ask him to take a day. Just take one day. You ain't taking a day. Just take one day. I see a MP in Grandy as a puppet. I said, Monroe, rather them hire you, they're pushing you here, they're pushing you there. You can't even hold the scissors to cut the ribbon too. They're going to remove you. They're going to remove you. So you smile. Smile now. And because you know, in Jakarta child, I want to tell them this. Kingsley have no ambition to be a councillor. Kingsley have no ambition to be an MP. You have nothing on me. You have nothing on Kingsley. My hands is clean. There's nowhere, nothing on Kingsley. My hands is clean. People make up allegation. It has 5 fake page. 5 fake page with Kingsley name. You're taking my face and paint on people's body. So I will answer to people. I will come to respond to people who is nobody. To me, I will not do it. I will not believe to myself this morning. I come here to tell this country our focus is to make sure that PNM lost this election. My mission this morning to tell the UNC family, love Rambali, love Kaltagala Singh, love Kamala, because we are one in the UNC. I want to tell them this, yes, 9 years in the UNC, I'm not ashamed about it. I'm not ashamed about it. And I have plenty of Indian friends who love me because they love how Africans love me in the UNC. Some hate me. I don't have a problem with that, neither. But none of them will run me from the UNC. None of them, none of all you. And that's the reason why this morning, the right-thinking Africans who are listening to this program, hearing certain callers, they're going to be focused. They're going to be focused. Because hearing them, their heart sound racist. Like Africans shouldn't be in the party. That was song. I want to put them on notice now, yeah? You see that talk, what Rowdy talk there? With African Emancipation Day? I want the East Indian community in the UNC stay away from that talk, eh? Stay far away from that talk, eh? That talk will cause only election, yeah? I want to say it again. Rowdy Ball, one of the wickedest ball, the baddest boy, like Narayan. He batting like Narayan right now. You see that? You see that we say there? I want to tell the East Indian in the UNC, stay away from that emancipation talk, African emancipation talk. It will cause all the election. Wait, me. If we was closing all your fridge door or lighting all your dia, I want to tell you stay away from that talk what Rowdy now said there yesterday on the press conference. He's going to rename Emancipation Day to African Emancipation Day. Stay away from that talk. Leave that talk dead. Don't raise it. Don't go on the program. Don't interfere with it. Give it right there. Andy, our mission politically.
Thank you. And I must say, Kingsley, again, you have your opinion, but you see that last thing it said there? Yeah. I want to agree with you 100%. And I will call on everybody, not only the UNC, everybody. You see that talk there? But that at the end of the day, we don't know what that was already. That is a serious ball that was bowled there.
That is talk.
Just stay far.
Stay away.
And nothing say. Don't say respond to that stupidness. Leave that alone.
Leave it alone.
Far.
Stay away from that.
I agree with you with that. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report?
Good morning to you, Lennox and Nubi. Let me forget Rowdy. Rowdy can tell PNL people anything. In 2015, when Gablan and them leave the man say the backup trucks by the central bank with under the supervision of police and empty the treasury, and PNL people believe that. Or they don't understand what's going on with these PNM people. They don't believe in anything. He said bringing cassava from Ghana. They believe that cassava that takes a day to come from St. Vincent and them places here. Remember we did we just study Rowdy, you know. Right? We had to study Kamla and UNC bringing this country back. Last night I had a discussion with a man. And he said, if I think she should bring back one, but they said, you tell me now what? I said, hell had no fury like a woman scorned. Rambadi come like a bad woman trying to break up her marriage. Kamla Putti on the rock at Gibraltar when the UNC was built in Chaguanas. And she Putti there and he going on that rock to destroy Kamla. You see something wrong with that fella? He attacked that thing and all of them. Jack Warner thought he was king when he went to seat in Felicity, and two bad words he used, that's what he did. Next election, they tried out, they kick you out like Maradona kick a ball. Sure, Warner's people, they don't make joke. UNC, in the old days, it was the LP. Padis Maharaj put Capelio there. That's the only reason they would accept Capelio, you know. Right? So that's the rock on which UNC was built. And Kamla put you there. And Takal Singh and all the one go on that rock to destroy Kamla. All these mad people, boy. Next thing I want to say before I close enough. You see all these lawyers who call them for CCJ? I like Mikey. I want white man rule. all the Jelka and them breaks in from CCJ, you know why? With the exception of Anna Ramlugan. All set of dog bite lawyers, so they don't want to go in front of Master. When they reach in front of Master, they go say, well, wait. These people remain stupid since we leave. That's why they don't want to go there. They want to have their own little fan club in the CCJ. So like if you go there, Andy, you will say we ain't like Andy. Sinky. No. If you come to forever, CCJ, never. I've gone with that for now, Andy, thanks.
Thank you very much, my brother. No problem. Hey! I nobody understand how emotional I am at this point in time. How passionate I am at this point in time. I just watching this politics and how it's playing off. All I ask, let me keep focus. You see that race ball, that Rowley bowl? All you notice, I ain't said mention nothing about that. I really don't want to hear about it. I know it's not about it. I always know Emancipation Day is celebrating Africans' emancipation here in Trinidad and Tobago. I know it was delegated to the African people of Trinidad and Tobago. And boy, a Oreo, a political piper, a spranger called Rowley, go all of a sudden, handle date. The good is that I hope PNM is operate, Papa. I told you the race thing in this country is not the UNC. The race thing in this country is the PNM. They set it, they work it, they have always done it. Hence the reason most of the electoral districts is on the east-west corridor. Hence the reason every time that have an electoral district, they always split in, making 1-2 in the PNM strongholds by wow. All I will ask again, and let's go to the lines. For not only the UNC, let me say a pleasant good morning to the political leader of the UNC, Kamala Prasad Bisesa. All the deputies, Rudal Munilal and Jolene John, all of you. Dave Tanku, a pleasant good morning to you. Anil Roberts, good morning to you. All who lock on, a pleasant good morning. All councillors. All chairmen, stay far. Egg, no. Don't bring to life the political race baiting of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That's supposed to be a Prime Minister for all. Take my stupid advice. Don't. Stay clear. Don't debate. Don't talk. Talk. The hospital in Anomexon. The roads bad. We want employment for we people. We children leaving school and it have no employment opportunities. The tertiary level education in a mess. Our hospital system in a mess. Our national security system in a mess. Our social development ministry in a mess. Imagine people waiting for pension, boy. But where the hell are you seen, boy? You don't think you retire, you reach it. And this government reach where you are to get a backup of your money. Some people wait, yet something. And that they get backup at the $3,000 or $3,500. Yeah, that they get backup. $3,000, $3,500 for how much months? Where the government had to pay the people anyhow. Not many pensioners and them that know, the people that now reaching the pension age that work hard. Getting through in social development ministry just so, you know. is a whole run around. Yes. I will. Namaste, pleasant good morning to Director Newbie. Thanks so much for doing a fantastic job. Mother Bernie, a pleasant good morning to you. Silver Fox, all of you, and all of you that are viewing and watching us and listening to us in Tobago. Tobago, a pleasant good morning to you. We know that you all will not make that mistake again. Please don't. That 2 seat. Don't get back that to the PNM. Or let's see what's going on. Let me go to the lines. Stay far from that. I really don't want to hear about that. That is what Rowley and the PNM, the trap that they want to put you all in. And my African people will fall in it. But I tell you all, I was a PNM till up to 2005. That was it. Never, ever put anything go wrong. This dirty, nasty PNM government and PNM. Pressure Negro more. Hate the own kind. Supports everybody else but we. We are my grandmother and mother, all of them still waiting for that magic one, you know. Aga Kadabra. The PNM will put the Afro-Trinbagonians in the financial scale of this country. So whether they say this one at this percent in the budget, that one at that percent in the budget, everybody have a percent in the budget as business people. When you go do that? PNM defending the 1%, which is your finances. Every time they in power. Use you, the African people, as utilities. Direct you in the direction of race. Point you to the direction of the Indian people doing all this something. But the Indian are in power. The Indian government has PNM put it down with the race beating. Them not in power. The black man in power, watch him. He black, eh? Yeah. Whoa! Chief Kuno Munu. He black, eh? Alright. What he have bring to their own depressed communities. Whether it be Diego Martins, Maloney, and the worst and most neglected communities is the PNM communities. Crime, this, that. Nothing in building in the PNM constituencies. Everything falling apart. All you think, eh? Be smart. So don't get involved in this. Lennox, what could I say in this racial prime minister? Would I be saying, would they send a letter if I say in this racial prime minister with his race baiting or whoever? Would they send a letter? Remember, we don't get letters.
Yeah, I will go further to call him a pseudo-racist, and it needs explanation. And that is a person who uses his own race to advance his own agenda, which we are seeing on a daily basis. That exhibition of theatrics and histrionics that he displayed yesterday, never meaning, of course, concern for these dead babies and the hospital system, never showed any remorse or any concern for the persons who perish in that pipeline, never showed any remorse for those the 5,000 persons that died as a consequence of the COVID and mishandling, never showed any remorse and continues so to do with respect to, of course, the murder that, of course, is on the rampage today. And he introduces, of course, a new word in the political lexicon yesterday as well when he talked about ghoul, Ghoul. It means, of course, robbing the dead. It means body snatchers. Just imagine that. Referring, of course, to persons who have recognized who he is, and they therefore tried, of course, to make fun. And they're using, of course, a term like that. Look it up, people. That's why I keep telling people, be careful, because these people are dangerous. The existential threat to our country is the PNM and Dr. Rowley as Prime Minister. Ghoul, ghoul. It means a body snatcher, a grave robber. And of course, he's using it in the political sense. And of course, we could clearly say reciprocally that Dr. Rowley is a political kobo. And he will, of course, pick away at any carcass that he sees in order, of course, to pursue his agenda. And yes, of course, pseudo-racism is an appropriate term for this man, as he, of course, attempted once again to raise bait by using, of course, circumlocutive methodology, utilizing, of course, an oblique method to make it look as though it is not at that time. It is, as I've said already, just as he talked about monkeys and, of course, bananas during the course and on the twilight of the 2020 general elections. We know who he is, and therefore we must make him out for who he is, that political kobo.
Exactly. The lines are open. Just going to take 2 calls and then we're going to take a break and come back. Pay the bills. Yeah. But don't go in that trap. Keep focus. Morning caller, what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning, and the morning I call back. One thing, what you talk about the corporation, then Cuba Tabaquita Alparo Corporation, the PNM suffering those corporations for money. Just imagine the trucks, all the trucks, and then pack up. Because why? The little minor things the truck needed to get the truck license inspected, and they're not getting money to do that. And the police is charging the drivers and them. And when you get a ticket, is merit points. So the drivers and them pack up all the truck down, no money, they can't get material, they can't do nothing. And the suppliers and them, they bring out a new rule. They have to be qualified. They have to do something to be qualified, and only one supplier is qualified. And the supplier not getting money too, so they can't get nothing to do. Because I went, you see the road by me, I went and I begged the chairman to see if he could help me fix the road. And he explained to me, because he said he want to help me and help Mr. Brazil, but he don't have nothing. If he had to do anything, he had to beg somebody with a little quarry to get some material, beg a truck owner to help him out. And all the corporation truck park up and cannot service the budgets. So it is a fact. Because I can't understand why they're suffering the council and them and the taxpayers. You want to charge more tax, but you cannot furnish the taxpayers them with good road.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller. Short and sweet, where you calling from?
Morning, gentlemen. Calling from the Barco. Gentlemen, our leader is supposed to be a visionary, not an illusionist. You see this illusionary leader we have, which is Rowley? The African community had to wake up and understand that this man carrying them a road that is not right, that is not real. Starting from Eric Williams, these were the 2 people who hold most of the political in the history of the African people. Rowley himself admitted that in all the ethnic group in this country, the African people are the one in the lowest economic round of in our society. And you telling me an African person making that public statement to the population, and you are the one who are in charge of the country purse for how much years? Over 50 years? And you're ashamed to say that, and people still believe in this kind of nonsense. Now we coming with change it to African Emancipation Day and all kind of shippiness. People have to wake up in this country and touch and feel what is real. Illusion is not real. Illusion is liars. Rowley is the biggest liar ever come through the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Everything is make-believe for him. He calling for, look, watch a example. A visionary would build a children hospital when there are no situation that is critical to children. And now we see the use of that hospital, it could have prevented and alleviate all this death that is taking place now. They take that and they change it into some other hospital where they put COVID patient and all this kind of thing. That build something and create something so in the future it could benefit the population. But all they could talk about is African Indian, divide the population, stay in power and keep your people down and illiterate, vulnerable and dependent. That is the vision of PNM and how it is operate. Have a good evening, gentlemen. Good morning and be safe outside.
Good morning, caller.
And good morning to you, Andy Williams. Andy Williams, we must focus on our party to build the strength of our party. We must
I focusing on our country to build the strength of our country and our people. I not focusing on no party, no this, no that. The country.
Yeah. The reason why I make that statement first is because you depend on parties to build nation.
Yeah, correct.
To create things, to have vision.
Correct.
And if your party is in shambles or is not stable, we must try to organize and fix ourselves first. Now, I telling people, as others said, we must be careful when we making statement with this change of Emancipation Day. We must leave it alone. Leave it alone, because rolling them our way, like how the fig, like how the banana, they throw it wrong and they make it look like UNC was the racial. You understand? But it's the same UNC that give them that holiday and recognize them when the party what they was voting for all that years, for all the decades of years, or no, Eric William, Manning and all of them. They never give them a holiday, so we must leave it alone. Let them handle their own stories, and let us focus on building our party and the nation. And the enemy is the PNM, and Rambali and them have to understand that. They have to understand that, and it seems like they are educated and yet stupid, and they must remember. You understand what Manning do with Chinley? He put common sense, he said level head and common sense. And it appears to me that people who come from the grassroots, who is the activists of this party, could be loyal to the party and to the country. You understand? So in the end of the day, all they wake up and smell the coffee, the PNM. You see what are doing? He going away again. He going in the African continent. He going in the Indian area. In India, and you see what happened, money spending like raining like water, and when you ask them question, he using a diversion tactics. I'm telling the people them, when the UNC was in office, what they was doing, boss, you turn around and tell them you wasn't going and run the country and go and leave the country, like how Kamla do, and today they do the opposite. So wake up and smell the coffee, Trinidad and Tobago,
They're playing smart with foolishness, and nothing they can do to change the people's mind because the people are ready for them.
Thank you very much. Morning caller, where calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report?
Arima, and I say like I get only one caller to get in here. I short and sweet. Andy, what I concerned about, you see what he has Kingsley say about concerning, we can't talk about Rambali, and they no think about it. If you know the history, right? Remember with Ralph and Romeo and them fellas and them, Maraj and all them, how they make the party go into opposition, right? We can't have that again on board. So if Rambali they start now the what they call the Miss Haynes and all of them, we can't select them again because they could be threatened by, one day tomorrow they vex. And they have to people stabilizing the head. They know we have a mantra to fulfill, and we think it's to keep the PN out of office, and we have to grab. But we can't select these people again, right? And especially all those who with them, because they will destabilize when they get their way. They will destabilize, right? So come not to pick a new slate. Then people have to be out. You understand? If they want to continue that, work back themselves to come back into the party. Not be like Ramon and Bali and all of these people who come out and talking and nonsense. You imagine you select them people again. They don't show you how the attitude already, and they're going to select them back again. What will happen in case we get into office, Andy? Right? So the UNC had to select properly and come out to scrutinize with a fine tooth comb all of them who she going to put in as MPs for the different areas, right? As people for the different areas. So like yourself, use one that I had you day. Yes, I sure about you are going to do no kind of stupidness. Well, people could change, but I only hope that she select properly the people that she putting up to be on the slate, people who are diehard, people who they're playing people in UNC who will be glad to get a position in order to to keep the country in a better state. No hypocrites and no people come out and talk now. Write down their names as Lisa say, and you have them there in the corner. Yeah, you stay so you can't be selected to represent nobody because they'll tell you tomorrow you're vexed, you'll come out and talk like before. Because they can't come back again. They might be in the cemetery. Dead. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Oh boy.
Yeah, I concur. That is the direction in which he has to do due diligence, and of course, those persons who are exhibiting their petticoats, so to speak, right now, so conspicuously, I think it makes it very easy for her to make the selection, as opposed to when she came in 2010. All her experience now that she has must now come to bear on a future cabinet and a future a group of individuals to be selected for candidacy and the eventual elections.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. What I want to say, it's going to be short and sweet.
Good morning.
I'll tell you something that I have seen. I keep on reading where this guy, Devan Maharaj, keep on writing all sorts of crap about Kamala. But he failed to realize that it's his type of people with his last name that have the Hindu community and the Indian people were there. It all started in days of Bharis. I'm here 77 years now, so I know. And Bharis suppressed the Indian people. And that is what is going on with these people. They always say that the name Maharaj is from a high society. Is the highest in the Hindu religion. And with that, they try to suppress the Hindu people and the Indian people. So they always believe that what they say is right. But they wanted a dog. He should be the last person to talk. Even Rambali, they all belong to the same Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, of which Pandit Rampasad is the Dhamachari, and they all carry the same head. They want to suppress people all the time. I'm here 77 years now, I could tell you. I'm here from time Trinidad got independence, before independence. And these people have no shame. And they still have no shame because they still went and file papers to get elected and get selected to fight election. Because let me tell you something, Annie. They're supposed to get together and fight the evil force at the PNM. No, they're dividing the party. Because they all want power. Because anywhere you see the name Maharaj as a last name. It's power they want. And this is what happened to Devan Maharaj. You know? How much they have helped that party since Kamla became leader? How much Devan, Vasan, all these people have helped the UNC? Nothing. And they Devan keep on talking one set of crap. You see? But he should go and hide himself. Because he's the low of the lowest. You know? It's very disturbing to know what these Hindu priests are doing. And Rambali being a Hindu priest, he should have better knowledge. Don't bad talk, woman. You came from a woman. And you bad talking a woman? All you have no shame. Unless you go and hide all the stuff in the Caroni River. Anyway, I would have to say this morning. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Good morning, caller. We're calling from. What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Pleasant good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Pleasant good morning. Calling from Carnage. Now, Andy, I calling pertaining to the budget because I hearing people calling and bawling about the corporation, and it appears like the country has no money. Right here, why I will explain myself, people, I want you to listen. The review budget is next month, right? Which we're talking about the 2nd of October to now is approximately 7 months gone already, 5 months again to go. So in October again, we go have our next budget. Right now, we're in April. Right, the corporation and them, and listen to these people. The corporation and them paying the workers late. They even paying you all your money. Just imagine you're working for money like you're traveling to get. They're not paying out of pocket traveling and they're not paying mileage traveling. They're telling you it have no money. A budget just called $60 billion. This is the reason why budget is called, and this is the reason there is have money to allocate for workers, to pay workers, to buy medication, to make sure that the prisons are right, to make sure that the police are right, to make sure everything are right. But it appears like it have no money because simple thing like the corporation and them, people all the toilets empty, people all the toilets clean, and the corporation telling it have no truck, it have no tire, the backhoe are working, rubbish all over the place, nobody are picking up the rubbish. What happened? Nobody we get money, it have no money, right on the ground all right here is it have no money, it have no money. So I want to know, seeing that the budget review is next month, I want to ask the government where the money, because $60 billion, half of him, the financial year gone already, and nobody has seen nothing. When Kamala was in power and she passed a $60 billion budget, you know what they were saying? Was a Buxian government. You understand? Only and the next thing I want to say to all you. You see that talk where Rowley talking? Rowley had 10 years to emancipate the people from mental slavery, to make the people better than how they is at present. And now you're going and talk about emancipate and you're going and change them. But what you have to do is call the election and let me get rid of you, boy. That's what you have to do. People are want to raise stock again. People get smart. People know you're a stupid man, boy.
Good morning, caller. We're calling from. What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning to you, Andy Williams.
Good morning to you, my
and
brother.
Good morning to the Gong Report listeners. Yes, I think Step Trinidad and Tobago still saying Andy for Grandy and Grandy for Andy, and I hope the executive hearing that. Andy Williams and listeners of the Gong Report, and we must be concerned, about the internal election and the hypocrisy, the ungratefulness, and this deceit I seen coming from leaders we expect more from. Andy Williams, this Al Rambali and Rushton, this Al Rushton, I can't understand them only supporting this next Al Rohan. But I want to ask Rambali and these MPs and them who try to bring Hinduism and in the internal election. Now remember, it's not time for the internal election. They quarreling 2 years before and trying to pressure the honorable opposition leader to call the internal election when it's not time. I want to ask Rambali and those Hindus and them that we expect better from, and the supporters expect better because they are leaders and pundits. The Mahasabha and Satmaraj run the Mahasabha for what 35 years, Satmaraj. Rambali and them never concerned about the internal election. His father was appointed head of Mahasabha. They're still not concerned for them to have an election for a new leader. They're fighting the opposition leader who give them the opportunity to be in parliament, to speak on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. The person who give them the opportunity is the person they're fighting. That is deceit. That is ungratefulness. And that is not politics. That is not the ambition of a pundit. Andy Williams, I hear Rambali mention on national television, Philly speaking to Dance. He said he see some activists pushing out a pundit from a meeting in Cuba. He said he didn't like it. But he keep a blind eye towards it because he was saying in all the press conference how great Kamala are. He even mentioned the honorable opposition leader have some of the best knowledge. She have so much knowledge and so much experience in politics. If you know this lady have so many knowledge and so many history in politics, why will you challenge her for leadership? Why? 6 months ago, before the local election, you was classifying the lady as the best choice to be leader and prime minister. And you all was plotting with all the R's, the Rohan and all of them, plotting to move the opposition leader who give you the opportunity. What example you all leave for the young Hindus in the Mahasabha? What example you leave for them? Let me tell you, Rambali and them, dry your eyes, wipe your face, go down on your knees and apologize to the opposition leader. Apologize to the opposition leader. Your success and your independence come from the United National Congress. And today, because of greed and tribal thinking, your behavior is unforgiving. Your behavior, Rambali and Rushton Parry, it is unforgiving. It is a year before the general election. And look at the kind of things you saying. Look at the things you saying. Why would you want the most experienced person in politics, especially in the UNC, to remove herself? And you all not even asking, telling the general public who you want to be leader. Who you want to be leader? Why are you doing those things? Your action is unforgiving. And you will ride out just like Devon Maharaj and all them UNCs and them that was successful under the UNC. But because of greed and power and the $600 toxic suit, tuxedo suit, and the $1,000 US suit, all you want to buy, all you want to live on that and study what is your responsibility. The Mahasabha and the Hindu community have nothing to do with the UNC. The Mahasabha and the Hindu community support the UNC, just like the Emancipation support the PNM. Why are you behaving all yourself so? Andy Williams and the Ground Report, have a good morning.
Thank you very much. Time check, it's 3 minutes to the hour of 7 o'clock. Yep. Let's take a... Yes. Yes, let's take our next call here. Morning.
Yes, Andy Tunapuna here again.
Mr. Tunapuna, I really can't take your thing here because it's 2 minutes too. And I know your contribution will go over 2 minutes. And I have to, this morning, stop on time. I already got the message and text in my direction. I'm so sorry, but I know you will take a little while. It had to be somebody that will make it very, very short and sweet. Morning, caller.
Thank you this morning. $20 gone this morning just to tell my Prime Minister happy birthday Monday. God spare life. The only Prime Minister I know saved me from the grave after God. Thank you, my lady, and I wish you all the best Monday. I know I wouldn't get in. Andy, to get in your program, I doesn't have money. So, thanks every time. Thanks.
That's it, Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Amara, send your message there. Let me take one more by the time. Morning caller.
Andy, short and sweet. Forward ever, backward never. That is the words of the opposition leader. So let me forget Rowley, forget Rambali, and follow Kamla. End of talk.
That's it. Coming up next, King Kabuki. Right here, 104.7 more FM. Stay locked on. Until tomorrow morning, please God. Not tomorrow morning, but Monday, please God. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio, Lennox Smith, Michael Cole, and all of you. We are out of here. Until Monday morning, please God. Stay locked on to 104.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
China Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fry bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling.